Hello guys, and welcome back to the second video of the KSP Career series. So in this video, my goal is to definitely do a flyby of the Mun, and then also possibly start to build a space station in low Kerbin orbit. So let's load up the save. Okay, so I'm going to start by hopping into R&D. Now, soon we're going to have to upgrade the R&D building because I can't actually get past this tier here before I upgrade it. But for now, I think I'm going to grab... Oh, I actually don't have enough for basic science yet. So we don't have access to these small batteries or anything yet. But I did not realize last time that we actually got the baryometer. That will be useful. So let's see what parts we have by this point. So if we wanted to do a Mun flyby, let's see, we have basic capsule, we have heat shields here. We obviously need a parachute, and then with the USI mod, we would need a life support tank to keep Jeb alive. We do not have electrical yet, which we will need. But let's actually see, because our engine carrier might have a generator. But I do not think it does. So the Reliant does if we were to choose that, but the Terrier does not. So I think we should tier up once to get some basic electrics before we try to go to the Mun. So what I'm going to do is send Jeb out just to get some surface samples of the runway, which should give us just enough science to tier up one more time. Okay, just send them out on a little EVA here. And I think... Oh no, we can't take a surface sample yet. Okay, so that won't work. We'll have to revert. So I could just put a parachute and a decoupler on here, and just a small fuel tank with an engine. Here we go. And I will just send this over towards the mountains just so that we can get some more scientific data from another biome. And man, that looks really cool. Those clouds and the plume. That should be enough just to get us over to the mountains here. I'll decouple that. Should have put a parachute on that just so we could recover it, get some extra funds. But this will work just fine. Whoa, okay. Just a bit of lag from the engine crashing. Better deploy the parachute. This should count as, I think, grasslands or highlands or something. So I'll hop out here, grab an EVA report. That's 2.4. And then I'll grab a crew report. Oh, we're just short. Okay, that's really annoying. I'll recover. But just to get enough, I can probably just take the baryometer out onto the launch pad again. And just grab that last little bit of science. Yeah. Oh, we actually did get enough. Okay. Basic science. So that gives us the battery, some basic antennas, radiator panels, the Science Junior, more radars. Yeah, that's pretty much all. Let's grab that. And then I think that should be fine for now. Like if we just slap a few batteries on, I don't think we'll really need an actual solar panel yet. So we'll do that for now. And hop back in the VAB. So I'm going to continue off of what we had before with a basic heat shield coupler. Make this white because why not? Then I will add on a life support tank, 4 radial batteries, a fuel tank with a Terrier. Make that symmetry 1. And then I'll slap on, I think, we'll need, what, 3? 3 would get us, we already have low over Kerbin, so that would give us a high over Kerbin, high over Mun, and low over Mun. So that's 3. And then, as far as baryometers go, slap on 4 here. And then 3 down below. And that should give us the majority of our science, or if not all of our science. Oh no, we still have thermometers, so I'll slap on 3 thermometers and 4 up here as well. Okay, now I think we really do have all of our science. How much vacuum delta V does that give this stage? UWR 1.26 with, yes, that is more than enough. We'll grab a decoupler, move that up, on an adapter. Ooh, these are very small fuel tanks. And another adapter down here with a swivel. I think that'll be the best option for atmospheric flight. And then 2 decouplers with, what's our biggest SRB? The Thumper. Kind of off center. There we go. Move them down. And I think yep, we have nose cones finally. Still no struts or launch clamps. But this will give us more than enough delta V to just do a flyby of the Mun. And one thing I am going to add is some winglets just to give extra stability, because this is a very janky kind of craft. It doesn't have any type of steering or anything. And what was our last flea? Flea 4. So we'll name this the Flea 5. And Flea 5. And for our, I'll rename this once we decide what we're gonna name the Munar landing craft. So if anybody has an idea for the names for the line of Munar landing craft, please let me know in the comments, and I will take it into consideration. For now, save and launch. Okay, let's throttle up. Staging looks good, and launch. Ooh, that is wobbly. I don't even have auto strut to put on. It doesn't even look that wobbly, but just flying it, the controls, look at this, it's teetering. Start to pitch forward. I just didn't want to do it with the SRBs on because it's, oh, so wobbly. And I can't even pitch downwards. Okay. Appalachia is still 5 kilometers. Oh no. Okay. That's not good. Okay. Obviously this thing needs some more upgrades. Revert to vehicle assembly. Okay, well I know that struts would be really helpful, but we cannot unlock those yet. So I'm thinking that we just put these up by a couple of tanks maybe, and then take that, just to make it a bit lighter. Then I will move the SRBs up and add a couple of fins right up here, just for added stability. Let's test this design. Okay, let's launch. Oh, the wobble when those SRBs kick in. I'll start turning. I wish there was some way just to get those SRBs attached better. Because that would instantly make this rocket a lot better. Oh yeah, and it's already starting to go forward just like last time. I've got to really fight to keep it above the 20-degree mark. Yeah, it's going down. Holy cow. There we go. We're just managing to stay above 20 degrees. That was a really bad gravity turn. We're going to be really inefficient getting to space. Okay, let's just cancel this flight. This is not getting anywhere. So, what I'm thinking is, we're going to take this engine off. We'll leave the adapter though. Take this off, and we'll add in a couple more tanks. There we go. Put that back on. Now we add 2 of the thud engines. Should be enough after the SRBs and after they detach. That gives us about the same amount of delta V. Reattach those. Save and launch. And that should just give us a bit more gimbal thrust. Okay, let's launch. This time I'm not going to be quite as aggressive either with my gravity turn. I'm going to try to keep mostly straight up until probably about 30,000 meters. Okay, SRB's off. That's kicking. And we currently have a horrible TWR. We're actually losing speed. But that's going up, so we'll see if we can keep it going up until that TWR is above 1. Okay, I'm going to count that as another failed attempt. Let's try again. Okay, I'm thinking that these SRBs are really wobbly and inefficient. I'm going to put 4 thuds and a swivel that I will offset up into the main body part. And then that's all going to be one stage. So if we were to have vacuum delta V 4600. Okay, this is gonna look really weird, but just hear me out. 4 hammer engines right there. This might fly. Those only have an atmosphere delta V or TWR of 1.70, so that's actually pretty good. And that might be just enough to get to a flyby of the Mun. Okay. Ooh. Okay, immediately that's less wobbly. So now, ooh, this is hard to keep on the same vector. Oh no, okay. I'll try to keep it going the right way. That was very close to blowing up the engines, but that's fine. Try to turn. Holy cow, that's so wobbly. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a wet spaghetti noodle. Every time I do the littlest input, it just like flaps around. So far, so decent. I guess it's... Okay, I'm gonna throttle down so that we can do a better gravity turn. Look at this. This is like how KSP2 craft used to be Like, no matter how many joints they had, they just flap around like that. Okay, back to full throttle. Not bad, not bad. We'll get this up to 80 kilometers, maybe 85. Just because the next stage is a bit, not inefficient, but not too efficient. Okay. As I talked, I blew right past that, but it's fine. So we will warp to ApoApps. And burn sideways. Okay, I'm gonna warp to a little bit forward again just to get more efficiency out of my limited amount of fuel. And that messed up the staging. Okay, let's detach. Oh, what happened? Okay, we're going to forget that any of that actually happened. And I have a slightly more efficient orbit this time around, so I'm going to execute the burn again to prograde. Oh, and look at that, almost a full orbit with the first stage. Right, second stage is burning. And there we go, we have orbit again. Okay, so I realize now that we don't actually have a contract. So I will go grab one. We have Explore the Mun, which is Fly by the Mun, that's what we need. And I think that's pretty much all. TTK, or the TT38K radial decoupler. We do not have that. Swivel and the pug. We have the TD18 and the TD12. We have the flea booster, the Valiant. Okay, we're gonna take this one. I'm not sure if we'll get to do it, but we'll take that. Okay, back to the Flea 5. I did, on the redo of the flight, take our upper atmosphere recordings with the baryometer and whatever. So I can now take our scans in space, which will give us more data. And everything else we've already done. So I will do the transfer burn now. We don't actually have maneuver nodes unlocked yet, so what I'm going to do is just adjust my craft so that it's kind of, the line would be on a 45-degree angle. If the arms went from Kerbin to the Mun and Kerbin to where the Mun will be, if that makes sense. I'm going to put my craft there about. Point prograde. I'm going to make a quick save, which I will call 45 degrees. Oops. Degrees. Save, and I'm going to burn and hope that that was the correct, about a 45-degree angle, and if it's not, I will just reload the quick save and keep trying until I get a 45-degree angle. And we did not get an encounter, so I'm going to reload. And I'm going to, I think, let's see, I'm there. That might be a bit too big. I'm going to go around again. Right there, about. Try again. I'll physics warp this time just to make it go a bit faster. Nope, no encounter. Nothing. Okay, just out of curiosity, I'm going to point radial, and I'm going to just keep moving my orbital line along the orbital line of the moon, or mun, just to see. Oh, it's still trying to go prograde. Just to see how much bigger or smaller the angle needs to be. And I'll just make sure I burn retrograde a little bit to bring my orbit in. Out of curiosity, I think it does, but I'm not sure. Does it actually show, like, I don't actually have, you know, all the fancy orbital stuff that shows you apoaps and closest encounter and stuff. Does it actually show, encounters with bodies if you do not have, upgrades to the tracking station and a good level Kerbal? So, like, if I just fast forward time a bit, do I actually, in fact, get to the mun? Let's see. And in fact, I do. Okay, that's something new. I always thought, in fact, I think it always did show me. But let's just take the temperature and everything regardless, I guess. Okay, read 0. And with this, we will not get low over the mun, but we will still get high over the mun, which is good enough. We will take our crew report, and then EVA, and take an EVA report. And I'll take the data and board. Okay, well, there goes our first contract about the mun and our first flyby of the mun. Let's fast forward out of the SOI. Okay, that's not a horrible orbit around Kerbin. And we will take another mystery goo high above Kerbin. And another... Oh wait, we need to use these ones. Pressure and temperature. Okay. Now I am going to try to land the entire thing so that we can test. Oh, I got the wrong decoupler. Whatever. Okay, in that case, I do need to grab all of these experiments data so that we do not lose all this data. So I'll take. I got those already, yep. Select, yep. Take. Okay, that should be... Actually, no, there's 2 more, aren't there? Oops, wrong way. Gotta be these ones then? Am I just not getting close enough? Is that what this is? Yeah, these ones. Take. Okay. And EVA report, of course. And I'll board the capsule and take one more crew report. And that should be all of our data that we can gather on this mission. Okay, so now about getting back to Kerbin, we have 267 Delta V, which I think is enough. Okay, we're at Apoap's retrograde. And we will burn into the atmosphere. Periaps is 51. Let's hope we can survive this re-entry. I will make another quick save. Okay. Now let's fast forward time again. Now I am going to attempt to land the entire thing just so that we can try to save as much money as possible for the space program. But I'm not sure that we will be able to save everything. Yeah, some things are already getting temperature gauges. Let's use the engine here. Soak up as much speed as we can. Oh, we're getting some explosions. Oh, we're flipping around. That's not good. Oh, we lost Jeb. Let's reload the quick save. I think we're just going to have to use the heat shield then. Okay, let's try that again. Oh, slow down, slow down. Please, no. Oh, can we make it this time? If stuff starts exploding and flipping, I'll just decouple it. We'll use our Delta V. The engine's getting quite hot. And it's out of fuel. Yeah, I had to decouple that. And we're probably gonna see it blow up. Yep. So those re-entry effects are amazing. Look at this. We'll speed up time a little bit. Okay, parachute time. No. Okay, I think we have an EVA parachute. I'm going to try this. Deploy chute. Yes. Oh, okay. We actually made it. That's really annoying that the chute failed and we lost the capsule. That'll set us back a few bucks, but I think Jeb has all the data. I think. We'll see, I guess. If not, we can always load the save and land again. Oh, look at that. That was a rough touchdown for little Jeb there. Okay, recover. No, it didn't count. That's nice. Let's load the save. Okay, this time nothing is going to blow up. We are not going to time warp when we shouldn't be time warping. We are going to try to save as much of the craft as possible. And Jeb is going to survive. Let's try this. We'll try to spin to dissipate some heat, hopefully. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, landing attempt. What even is it now? 5? Okay, I promise you guys, this is the one. Okay, no, this is really the one though, trust me. Okay, retrograde. Decouple the top stage. We have all the science data in this stage, right? Fast forward a little bit, not enough to make the Kraken angry with us. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, deploy the chute. And we'll only start with the time warp once the chute fully deploys so that it doesn't burn off again. Okay. Time warp to the ground. Guys, it's about to happen. After the 6th or 7th attempt or something, we finally landed Jeb. Recovered. Okay, finally. And that is a buttload of science too. Look at that. 196 earned. We have 215. We got 534 funds from recovered parts. And Jeb got 2 XP. Plus some more ribbons. We got Research 5, Mach 4, First Mun EVA, and multiple contracts. But there's nothing for just being in Mun orbit for the first time or the first Mun flyby. That's strange. Let's spend some science points, I say. So we're going to definitely get electrics because solar panels, those are going to be fundamental. We won't grab that yet because there's nothing. Same with recycling. I'll have to look into some more mods for that. Don't really need miniaturization one yet. Space exploration does give us some rover wheels and some antennas, but not really essential yet. Flight control. Now that would be a good one. But where is the one? Ah, this gives struts and launch clamps. So I am definitely going to grab that. Don't need aviation. flight control. I'm debating whether or not to get this. If I can't find anything I need more, I will grab that. Don't really need any of these. And we can't afford any of those. Okay, yeah, it's going to be flight control. Okay. So, we're good for now. But that is where I'm going to have to end this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, or a comment. It really means a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one.